Hey guys, Rhythm here, and today we're back again with Fallout 3, no weapons, no armor, permadeath. In our previous time, we made our way outside of Vault 101, got our strength up to 4, helped out Megaton, and also solved an ant problem. And now today we're going to be focusing on improving our character a bit, because there's still a lot of things we can do to make him stronger and also more durable. In order to do that, however, I'm going to have to go to different places in the wasteland. And the first area where we have to go to is all the way over here. We're going to start off this part by going to one of the most dangerous areas in the wastes. And also, just to point out, last time I noticed that I hadn't actually loaded in all the DLC, so those are all here now. And we'll be sure to get to those if we survive for that long. So let's start off today with a long trek to the northwest of the waste. Because there's a lot of stuff that I can grab now from all over the map to improve my character. And it's better to do it at a low level, because I'm level 3 right now. Because this game has level scaling, kind of like how Skyrim has it as well, where some enemies will only spawn with their weaker variations, or some enemies won't spawn at all if you aren't the appropriate level for it. Because the game is kind of like, oh, you poor innocent little noob, here, I'll spawn in the weaker variation so you don't die immediately. And we're gonna make use of that by immediately grabbing all the good stuff that is spawned in already, instead of having to go there later when the enemies are much more dangerous. Alright, it's been a surprisingly smooth walk so far. I haven't run into any dogs or mole rats or anything, really. And we're getting close to our target already, which is good. Well, I spoke too soon, but that's fine. Alright. That, do your thing. This is annoyingly going to damage me quite a bit, because it's the two of them. And you can't really... oh fuck, don't tell me I'm gonna die because of more rats. Okay, you know what, let me just... this is a bit embarrassing, but what can you do? Okay, now before we go on and I get myself killed, I'm just gonna take some nice refreshing water. Nearly have minor radiation poisoning, but that's fine, I can fix that later. Uh-oh. That's fine, just a dog. That's all fine. Whew. And yet another... two more rats, in fact, of course. This shouldn't be the worst thing in the world. This guy's nearly dead already. It's him dead. Just gonna let my action points fill up. And now just... and one more should be good enough. I'm just gonna sleep here for an hour, get my health up to full. Actually, now that I think about it, this probably work best at night, because what I'm gonna do next involves some sneaking. Now, I believe it's over here-ish. I'm gonna have to be very careful now. Yeah, if I go up from here, I should be able to calmly make my way down to where I want to go. Just gotta go from here. Oh, caution. Yeah, and that over there is a Deathclaw. I believe at this point, this is one of the few points where these guys actually spawn. Yeah, there's a Deathclaw over there. I'm gonna have to wait for the right moment. There we go, when he's turning away, when he's walking away, I can just do that. The fall hurts a bit, but that's fine. And as you might have noticed, we're going into the Deathclaw Sanctuary. Now you might be thinking that I'm a bit insane for going here, because these guys can tear me to shreds. And you might be a bit right, but that's fine. Because at a low level like this, there's only one Deathclaw outside. He's actually walking quite far away from the entrance normally. And you might have seen there's another one over there. That's fine, I just need to wait. Because he's going to walk all the way over to there. And I only need to grab one thing here, which is close to the entrance anyway. Walk off? Yeah, okay, he's walking off, good. Alright. Now, here we are. Mini nuke, Nikola Tesla EU, and a bobblehead for endurance. There we go. And now my endurance is permanently at 10. Alright, now let's get the hell out. And immediately just gonna go into my Pip-Boy, fast travel away. Back to Megaton. Alright, so that's one of the bobbleheads that I wanted to grab. Now it's time for the next one. Over here. To the northeast of the map. Now, before I continue on, I'm just gonna do a quick... Oh, I thought I had Radaway, but I don't. You know what, that's fine, doesn't matter. The fact that I don't have Radaway probably means I'm gonna get irradiated in this next area. But I can heal that to the doctor with Megaton, so it's fine. Oh, another dog. Now with dog, luckily you can actually do the spinning technique. There we go. Oh, another dog, of course. You know, I know there were generally quite a few of them, but like, I didn't expect to be constantly hounded like this. No pun intended. Oh, okay, those are raiders. Damn it. Yeah. One of them already spotted me, but that's fine. I think it's just him, actually. Yeah, it is. Oh, you want to go? Hasn't even hit me once yet. I'm pretty sure he still hasn't hit me once. Oof, okay, well that's one hit. You know what, just VATS you. There we go, dropped his weapon. Trying to pick it up now. Oh, it's too late, there we go. Oh, finally, I leveled up from that. Alright, now immediately gonna put this up to 97. Because I want this to get to 100 real quick before I do the skill books. And that might sound weird, but there's a reason for that. I'll explain it when it happens. And finally, with Strength 4 and Level 4, I can now unlock Iron Fist. Which means that my fists now do an additional 5 points of damage, which is huge. Because at unarmed 100, the max damage that you can do with just your bare fist is 5.5. So this almost like doubles my damage output, which is pretty damn great. And there's 3 ranks of that perk, by the way, so there's a total of plus 15 damage, which is pretty much the biggest damage boost that I'm gonna get throughout this entire game. And having a combined like total damage of 20.5 in the very end, it's not really like, it's not a bad thing at all. It's decent. If you combine it with the fact that VATS doubles your damage, and the fact that sneak attacks also double your damage, meaning that 20.5, if I can get a VATS sneak attack off, it gets quadrupled. And 80 damage per hit, that's pretty damn good, I'd say. After this bobblehead, I'm gonna head to the doctor real quick, get my radiation sorted, and also get more medical supplies, because I've effectively run out of stim packs. Oh, bloodfly, nice. I'll just take you out. You can immediately see how much more damage I do now than before. Uh-oh. Is that a sentry bot that I hear? What? I'm just gonna keep moving. No idea where it's coming from. Don't care either. Oh, hi guys. Should have been more careful. It's fine. Oh shit, okay, that's slightly less fine. I also hear dogs, nice. Okay. Alright, now I've made it to where I want it to be. Green earth path to the disposal site. Exactly where I need it to be. Because from here I just need to go to one specific area. To one specific, well, you can't really call it a building. Yep, right, radiation poisoning, but that's fine. It's only minor. And I'll be out of here in just a sec. Because I just need to get into here. Makeshift check. Because we have a wasteland recluse who for some reason thought it was a good idea to stick around here. Got a pistol, some ammo, DC Journal of Internal Medicine. I'll be taking that later. Radaway, Radix. Also some stim packs. Okay, so I looted this place. Got the journal that I wanted. Because that's yet another skill book that I can use later. And next up, just through here. Into this office. We have a few rad roaches. More importantly, we have the bobblehead for agility. So now my agility is permanent 10. Which is exactly what I wanted. Also, Stealth Boy here might be useful. And Okurii Quantum. I'm gonna have to find a bunch of those, because the Okurii Quantums in this game are kind of like the Sunset Sarsaparilla Star Bottle Caps, where I need 30 of them in order to complete a pretty minor quest. With that done, let's make our way back to Megaton. Alright, Dock Church. So now I can sell all the stuff that I have, and literally everything I'm gonna do with that. Just buy some stim packs. There we go. Now I have 28 stim packs more. Perfect. Now with that done, that dude did cost me an arm and a leg, so I'm just gonna take a bit more. Not like he'll miss it. And finally, I can just sleep in my bed to heal myself back up to full. Alright, with that done, it's time for our new target. That one is about over here-ish. So now we're going in a straight line to the west. Oh, hi there. So, mole rat here. And you can see mole rats have also become less of a problem. Oh. Okay, also another dog here, of course. Also with dogs you can see now how little damage these guys do, because not even a level ago, 2 vicious dogs would have been a pretty big problem when it comes to my health, and you can see that they did considerably less damage now than before. Because they just go down way faster because of Iron Fist. Also, float flies. 3 hits without VATS. That's pretty good. Over there in the distance we have Tenpenny Tower. We'll go over there as well in just a bit. Because our actual destination is that thing over there. Oh. Okay. Just gotta wait. Here we have Smith Casey's garage. Now this is where I wanted to get to. Let me just... Okay, good hit. There we go. Now, the reason I wanted to go to here wasn't because I... Jeez, how many of you guys are there? I can actually hear another one creeping up as well. Okay, just wait for my action points to fill up. Jeez, okay. I think that's the last of them for now. Right. So, this place you normally go into way later in the story, but you can immediately make your way over here. Because, spoiler alert, the search for your dad ends here, because he's actually in this place. Because there's a whole underground vault section and everything. So what you can do is pretty much what you also do in Fallout 4, where you immediately go to the vault where Nick Valentine is kept prisoner, and you free him, instead of making your way to Diamond City and asking around and all that. So that's what you could do. But I'm not going to do that because it skips a bunch of quests, and this is of course all quests. So I'll make my way here when the game wants me. Instead, what I'm going to do is, from here, just use it as a way to orient myself, because the place that I need to go to doesn't actually have a marker on the map. Oh god, another dog. And also another bloatfly, apparently. I really should be healing, but I'm pretty confident I can take this guy on regardless, so... Now, I immediately wanted to go to a place and pick up the bobblehead from there. I just realized that's not a good idea just yet, because before I get the bobblehead, I should actually look into getting my unarmed to 100 before that. So I'll go there soon, but not just quite yet. Let's first go to Megaton again. Because it's still good that I went there, because that means I can use it as a fast travel point for what I want to do next. So that's 3 out of the 4 bobbleheads I wanted to grab pretty much taken. Because this one I can just walk over there and there's no enemies in my way anymore, except for maybe bloatflies or dogs or whatever. The next one is going to be the most annoying one, because I'm going to have to go through the metro tunnels. And those can be pretty confusing at times. So I'm just going to go for Marigold Station. Hi guys, yep, good to be back. Yeah, the ants outside may have died, but these ones for some strange reason haven't. But that's fine. I have some built-in fire resistance nowadays, which helps with, you know, surviving all this. Right, through here. And then into the Falls Church. Now I'm really gonna heal up, because from what I remember, there's always a pack of super mutants fighting some Brotherhood people. So let's see if we can help out, actually. Let me just... There we go, took his weapon. There we go, you guys are welcome. I'm pretty sure these guys are part of an unmarked quest. But, you know, unmarked, which means I don't have to help them. So let's just get the hell out of here while we still can. Because I just need to go to one location specifically. I'm wondering, was this the right place? Yeah, I think it was. Because we just go from here. Hey guys, just gonna avoid them. Falls Church North. Bunch more super mutants, because of course there are. That's fine. Let's go in here. Okay, a few ghouls here. That's fine. Pretty sure I can just use the obstacles and everything to keep them at bay. And ghouls really aren't the worst guys either to take on, because they're pretty squishy. Anyway, through here. Arlington National Cemetery. And this is exactly where I want it to be. So over here we have Mama Dolce's, which is a pretty good place to go to later, because I think it has some pretty valuable loot in there. Plus it also just has a fun backstory to it. The reason I'm here is for that house over there. So let's go in. Because this house, if we go into the basement, we'll find 2 things. One, this weird, like, shrine to Abraham Lincoln. And 2, the luck bubble hit. So now my luck is also at a perfect 10, which is exactly what I wanted. Right, with that done, let's head on back to Megaton real quick. Because for the next part, what I want to do is just raise my caps up to 100. And sadly, if I were to look right now, I only have 21. And I have really nothing to sell at this point anymore. Which means I'm going to have to do some stealing. Just going to steal a bunch of food and stuff. There we go. Sold most of my stuff.
You done? Good.
And now I have 118 caps, which is exactly what I need. So seeing as I really don't want to get that bobblehead just yet, we can go to a location that I passed by on my way to Smith Case's garage and do a fun quest that's there. Because right over there in the distance you can see a tower. And I believe it's the largest tower in the entire game. So here we are, 10 penny tower.
You can tell Tenpenny he can kiss my ass. We've got plenty of bottle caps. Let me in, goddammit.
How many times do we have to go through this? You're not getting in.
I can stand here all day yelling at you through this damn speaker if I have to.
I've already told you Tenpenny won't allow zombies to live here.
Who the hell are you calling a zombie?
You're definitely not human, that's for damn sure. For the last time, no zombies allowed.
Can't you tell the difference between me and a feral? Fine. I'll show you the goddamn difference. Just you wait. You'll get yours, all of you.
Right, so he walks off. Let's go talk to this guy.
I thought I told you to get the hell out of here. Tenpenny doesn't want your goddamn caps, and I don't want the goddamn headache. For the last time, get your rotten, ugly, goddamn ghoul ass off Mr. Tenpenny's private property.
You kiss your mother with that mouth.
What? Oh, sorry about that. I thought you were one of those damn ghouls looking for a handout. You are currently trespassing on Alistair Tenpenny's private property. You have some reason to be here?
I can help take care of that little ghoul problem for you.
Is that so? And why should I believe that? You ever kill a ghoul before?
I kill ghouls and rent the cops with attitudes who ask too many questions.
Oh, looks like we got a live one here. I think we better leave this one outside. Goodbye, kid. Try not to get eaten by anything out there.
Okay, you obviously didn't like that.
You again? I thought I told you to get lost.
Maybe you'd accept this 100 caps as an insurance of my good behavior?
Perhaps you'll fit in around here better than I thought. Alright, I'll take your money. But don't press your luck. I got my eye on you. Don't bother Tenpenny or the other residents. If you so much as sneeze in the wrong direction, I'll gut you.
Right, so they open the door. Honestly though, if you don't want to pay for getting in there, what you can do instead, and this is what I normally do during my playthroughs, but this is obviously not the intended way of doing it. So for this one I chose not to. But if you don't want to spend 100 caps, what you can just do is just jump up here. Then, hold up. Is to just use this rock right here by jumping on top of it. And jump like this. And jump like this. And it's as easy as that.
Hey.
But anyway, let's go and talk to this guy.
Welcome to Tenpenny Tower. Don't do anything stupid.
Right. Let's immediately talk to him again about the ghoul problem, because that's why I'm here anyway.
You got something to say?
How's the ghoul situation coming along?
That damn Roy Phillips won't take no for an answer. Keep showing up, looking for a handout. He and his kind aren't wanted. End of story. If I were a betting man, I'd place a stack of caps on him trying something violent soon. And that would make Tenpenny nervous. I don't like it when Tenpenny gets nervous. But I can't spare the manpower to go hunt down Roy Phillips and his band of misfits, or I'd gladly end this thing once and for all.
I can help with your ghoul problem. Where are they hiding out?
Really? You? You're welcome to give it a try. But don't come crying to me when you get hurt. They've holed up in the nearby metro tunnels. They're living with packs of feral ghouls. Be careful. Roy seems damn close to turning zombie himself. I suppose you won't be doing this out of the kindness of your heart, hmm? How's 500 bottle caps sound? Payable upon termination of that damn ghoul, Roy Phillips, and all his followers.
Sure, I'll take it. Any other help you can offer?
Here, you can take this rifle and ammo, but don't waste it shooting at shadows. Roy Phillips and his gang are somewhere in Warrington Station metro tunnels. They've barred the main entrance. Try going through the train yard.
You know what? I'm going to find a non-violent solution to your goal problem.
That's a laugh. Roy Phillips can't be reasoned with. Trust me. But go ahead and try and talk some sense into him. It's your funeral. They've holed up in the nearby metro tunnels. They're living with packs of feral ghouls. They've barred the main entrance. Go through the train yard. Good luck, kid. You're gonna need it.
Right. And that starts the quest, aptly named Tenpenny Tower. Now he wants me to kill Roy Phillips and his followers. And instead I'm just going to go over there and talk to him. But in order to talk to him, I do have to actually make my way past a bunch of feral ghouls. So it's going to be fun. Him and his followers are all in those metro tunnels over there. You can already see a ghoul up ahead. I think doing this quest would be a perfect way to get to the next level to max out my unarmed. Here we are, Warrington Train Yard. Hi there. So you can see I actually do pretty decent damage to feral ghouls already. And he actually dropped a stim pack. Good. Right, let's head on in. So, oh wait, there's another one. Yep, that's right. Come on. And one kick. And a punch. And good night. Right, let's head on in. So, some more ammo here. And another gun. Which will all be able to sell. For now though, I just want to focus on getting through here. Hi guys. What? Caution, doesn't matter, just make your way over to me. Let's take you out. Ooh, okay, 3 might be a bit much. Okay, this is fine. Just gonna take a stim pack. Now, let's see. You're more wounded. Oh, wow, they actually killed him already. Nice. Yeah. My high luck is really paying off now, because I keep getting criticals. There we go. Okay, didn't intend to take all 3 of them on at the same time. But hey, it worked. Yeah, it's another ghoul. I'll just take you out without bats and take you out with... Yeah, luckily they have a pretty long animation of where they like screech at you. And during that, I can of course just punch them, as you saw right there. You might be wondering if I'm going to talk to Roy Phillips, why don't I just walk past these guys? That's because these guys don't become non-hostile even after I've talked to Roy. And also because I'm pretty sure if they are hostile and they're too close to you while you try and talk to Roy, he'll automatically go hostile as well. So in order to avoid that, I should just kill these guys when I see them. There we go. And another one bites the dust. Uh-oh, I believe this is a stronger variant. Yeah, this is the roamer. You can see I already do less damage to this one than the other ones. That's fine. Now, through here. Hi there. Uh-oh. I'll be able to sleep in this bed to heal up later, so that's good. Ooh, nice critical strike there. And that's the end of him. Also, first aid boxes. Let me just pick those up. Well, I'm just gonna keep moving. I believe this one should lead to Roy Phillips.
You there! Put your weapons away. Come over here. No funny business, unless you want to get shot. What are you doing here? It's not safe for your kind around here.
I'm here to see Roy Phillips.
Oh yeah? Is he expecting you? Well then, run along. It's not wise to keep Roy waiting. Has a bit of a temper, that one. You watch yourself.
And right over here, we have Roy Phillips.
What do you want?
Gustavo hired me to kill you.
Is that so? He isn't man enough to do it himself? Sends a boy to do his dirty work. You think you got what it takes?
Relax, just a warning, not a threat. I'm not going to kill you.
I see. That's smart of you. I'd lay you flat if you tried anything stupid. So don't. Tenpenny and his pack of elitist wannabes are in for a real treat soon enough. They can't keep us out of that tower forever.
Well, I might be able to get you in there.
I already got a plan. They think I'm a monster? I'll show them the real monsters. We'll unleash our feral brethren on them. All those bigoted sons of bitches will get torn apart. Trouble is getting past the damn subway access door. You see this? Some kind of escape door that leads from the Tenpenny basement to the subway tunnels. There must be some way to get that open.
Now, there's three ways of resolving this quest. Either you do what Gustavo says, kill him and all his followers, and get the caps. You help out Roy Phillips, and they and a bunch of feral ghouls storm the tower and kill everyone and make it their own. And doing that actually gives you the ghoul mask, which is, in my mind, one of the best items in the entire game. Because as long as you have the ghoul mask on, every ghoul that you ever encounter is always friendly to you, no matter what. So walking through the metro tunnels and all that becomes an absolute cakewalk. You never have to worry about anything ever again when it comes to ghouls. Now the third one, and this one's a bit more involved, is trying to convince the residents of Tenpenny Tower to actually allow the ghouls to live with them. So let me try talking to Tenpenny. Maybe he wouldn't mind you living there.
Those snooty bitches probably can't stand living with each other, let alone with us. But by all means, try talking to Tenpenny if you like. But it won't work. Then we'll do it my way. You get that escape door in the Tenpenny basement open, and I'll unleash those ferals on them.
Right. So I can either kill him or help him, or I can do the diplomatic approach, and that's what I'm going to try. Before I do that, however, there's also a few more things I want to pick up over here. Here we are. Another Pugilism Illustrated. I'll be taking that. Now if I just walk through here, there should also be another skill book that I want to pick up real quick. Damn it. Okay. Luckily these two are kind of far apart from each other, so might as well. Feral ghouls, because of Iron Thrift, really aren't a problem anymore. Son of a bitch, he actually did quite some damage there. Oh well. Let's take you out. Next up you. That should be fairly easy. There we go. Of course, Advance doesn't only boost damage and also damage reduction, but it also gives you, I believe, in New Vegas it's a plus 5% to your critical hit chance, and I believe in Fallout 3 it's plus 10%, which is pretty damn good. It's also the reason why I keep getting criticals, because if it is 10%, I'm not entirely sure if it is, or if I'm misremembering it, but if that is the case, together with the 10 luck that I have, it would mean that I have a 20% chance for a critical. Oof, okay. Was a close one there, but it worked out. Hilariously, I don't even think I needed to go there. I believe it's over here where I wanted to go. But oh well. So if we go through here... Here we are, Big Book of Science, that's what I wanted. First up, bunch of darts, I can sell those. Bunch of railway spikes, same deal. Here we are, Dean's Electronics. There we go. So that's repair also up. Now, with that all then, let's head on back to Tenpenny Tower and talk to Tenpenny. So this is Tenpenny Tower. It's actually quite a nice place too. Now let's immediately go to the top floor.
Mr. Tenpenny isn't taking callers.
Speed 17%, let's try. I'm here to see Tenpenny, but if you weren't so incompetent, you'd know that.
Right, and Brahmin can fly. Idiot.
Alright, well, you know what? That's fine. Because when he says that, he actually walks off for a bit. And then you just have the key right here. So I'll just be taking that. And I'll just be going in anyway. So, through here, and metal door to Tenpenny Tower. And here's the man himself.
I can't stop to chat just now. You have a curious look about you. I presume you have something interesting to tell me.
There are some ghouls who want to live here. What do you think about that?
Why, I do believe you've lost your mind. Ghouls living here? You're serious?
What if the residents are okay with ghoul neighbors?
I don't suppose I'd mind terribly if ghouls were to live here. And it would be a good bit of sport hunting them down if they misbehaved. I dare say, though, you'll have a bit of trouble convincing certain residents to go along with your novel proposition. Tell you what, if you can convince Mr. and Mrs. Wellington, Mr. Ling, Miss Montenegro, and Ms. Lancaster, those ghouls can live here. Have you seen me shoot? I'm quite proficient, if I do say so myself.
Right. So, Tenpenny is up for the idea. I just need to convince a few people. Mr. and Mrs. Wellington, Mr. Ling, Miss Montenegro, and Miss Lancaster. Now, there's a few ways of doing this. Either by convincing these guys through speech, or by just, getting them out of the way. If we just go to Boutique Le Chic, the store over here, we have Miss Montenegro.
Welcome to Boutique La Chic. I'm Lydia Montenegro, proprietor. Here you'll find only the best, with a price tag you can boast about to your friends.
Nice place you have here.
Your taste in shopping venue is impeccable. How may I assist you?
How would you feel about having a few ghoul neighbors?
You're being serious? That's out of the question. What an absurd notion.
I met these ghouls. They're so alive and pose no threat.
I think you must have been out in the sun too long. Perhaps I could sell you a nice hat to keep your brain from frying?
What if all your other neighbors agree?
Then my neighbors will have lost their minds, just like you have. Now go away.
Right, so there's no convincing her.
Until next we meet.
Now, on the other side over here, we have New Urban Apparel.
Ah, hello.
With Anthony Ling.
Welcome to New Urban Apparel. I carry the finest in pre-war clothes. Hurry up, let's get you out of those old rags and into something fabulous.
You really think you can improve my look?
With my fashion sense and your bottle caps, there is no limit to what we can do for your image. I can't wait get started.
How would you feel about having a few ghoul neighbors?
You can't be serious. Ghouls aren't human. They live in filth. They eat their own babies. You're out of your right freaking mind.
I've met these ghouls. They're civilized and pose no threat.
Why would you hang out with dirty vermin like that? You enjoy sifting through feces? You know it's only a matter of time before they get hungry and eat you. You're crazy. Ghouls will never live in Tenpenny Tower.
What if all your other neighbors agree?
If my neighbors lose their minds and agree to such a thing, then I hope security shoots them in the head with their zombie friends.
Right. So sadly there's no way to convince these people just yet, but there'll be a way to do so shortly. Next up, we're going to the very north of the map to finally do a quest that I can complete. Fair. Why are there so many dogs in the capital wastes? I forgot about these guys being so plentiful. Oh god. Where the hell did you all come from? That's okay, I can just circle them. Time for the circling technique. Why is this working? Okay. No clue where these guys all suddenly came from. I believe this is a random encounter. Where you just have like a pack of dogs. That was unexpected. And the reason I want to do this quest is because this part has been all about improving our character's stats. And this quest can give you a perk which will do just that. Now, through the small pathway over here. And here we are. Oasis.
Outsider, you have arrived. Please, come closer. I have something of the utmost urgency to speak to you about. Do hurry. He doesn't like to be kept waiting.
Sure thing.
I'm so glad you're here. It's been a while since anyone's visited us, and he's been waiting for someone like yourself to arrive. If you wouldn't mind following me, I'll bring you right to him.
Just a minute. Who are you and what is this place?
I'm sorry. In my excitement, I got ahead of myself. I'm Tree Father Birch, and I have the great fortune of being leader of his people, the Tree Minders. Beyond that gate is our home, Oasis.
Okay, who's waiting for me inside?
Why, he is, of course. If you'll just follow me to the pavilion, all will be explained.
Okay, sure. Lead on.
Excellent. Please follow me. All will be explained soon.
Welcome to Oasis, outsider.
As you can see, this is one of the few places where trees are actually growing in the capital waste.
You have no idea how overjoyed I am to see you. Normally, outsiders are forbidden inside Oasis, but he has made an exception.
Never seen any place like this.
No, I suppose you haven't. In fact, few who live outside of Oasis have. Everything you see around you, from the tallest tree to the smallest blade of grass, is a gift from him.
The way you're saying him, I could swear you're referring to a god.
He's no mere god, my friend. He is the one who grows. He is the one who gives. And he is the one who guides. Thanks to him, the Tree Minders have a home.
Okay, I may be willing to help, but I need straight answers about who he is.
I understand your hesitation, but I can assure you that no harm will befall you.
So what was all this about meeting someone?
Yes, my apologies. I don't speak to outsiders very often, and I tend to get lost in conversation. As you approached Oasis, he said you were coming, and I was sent out to meet you personally with a request. He wishes to meet with you. You'd be the first outsider to do so in a very long time.
I'll be honored to meet this person.
Yes, person. To meet him, you must undergo the ceremony of purification, Once that's complete, you'll be able to speak to him. Whenever you're ready, we may begin.
Okay, what does this ceremony involve?
It's simple, really. You drink the sap from the basin here in the pavilion. The sap will purify your mind and body of anything harmful that could possibly hurt him. I assure you, nothing harmful will happen to you.
Okay, let's begin the ceremony.
Very good. Take your place in front of the basin and let's begin.
And to answer the quest, Oasis.
For he has
So now all I need to do
chosen
is
you.
just drink from this basin of purification. Let's drink it.
We will now recite the blessing to ward off any harm the outsider may be carrying before he proceeds to the grove.
I bid you depart, agents of destruction, through the power of his divine will.
Leave our homes and bodies immediately. Live no longer in them, but pass over into places where you can harm no one.
In the name of his frondescence, I call his wrath upon you, so that wherever you may go, you bear it with you.
And, diminishing from day to day, you may disappear, except where you serve the health and good purposes of mankind. May no trace of you be found.
All this, may he be so good as to grant us, who is to come to judge the living and the dead, and the world by his verdure.
Amen. Soon, you will pass peacefully into sleep, outsider. And when you awake, you will witness his glory firsthand.
And with the ceremony complete, we can just move on and talk to this guy right here.
Glad to see you're finally awake. I can't believe they made you do that stupid ceremony. They listen when I talk, but they don't hear. You know what I mean?
I've never met a talking tree before.
Neither have I. Well, I talked to Herbert, but he never really says anything back. Do you, Herbert? He kept growing around me. Maybe for calling him Herbert all the time. His name's really Bob. I think it's funny when I call him Herbert, though.
So you're trapped in there, inside this Bob thing.
Well, I suppose you could look at it that way. See, Bob used to ride around on top of my head, sunk his roots right in there, you know. Well, eventually, he got bigger than me, and then I pretty much ended up inside.
How did the tree end up growing out of your head?
It was a long time ago. I tend to lose track. I was exploring some sort of a military base with some other people. I think it was called Mariposa. We were pretty deep inside and we found some weird vats of this nasty green goo. Right when we were about to leave, I think we were attacked. Yeah. Last thing I remember before blacking out was something knocking my friend into the stuff.
So basically, Harold here, that's his name by the way, Harold, he is a recurring character from Fallout 1 and 2, where he was a ghoul well, not really a ghoul, more of a mutant, but people assumed he was a ghoul because he looked like one. He didn't really look like a mutant. And he had like this plant growing out of his head. By the time of Fallout 3, you could see that the plant has grown into a tree and completely enveloped him. Well, hopefully your troubles will be over. I'm here to help.
You have no idea how glad I am to hear that. Or we're glad to hear that. Me and Bob. I had you brought in here to ask a very simple favor. Would you please kill me?
You want me to murder you?
Oh, no. It wouldn't be murder. You'd be doing me a favor. You see, I've been stuck here for over 2 decades now, rooted right into the ground. The only friends I've got are Bob and those weirdos out there who think I'm a god.
Okay. How would I be able to kill you? You're a tree.
How to put this? I've been feeling rather spread out lately. I think Bob's kinda shoved my insides around some. It's hard to tell where everything is, but it's always that way with one's insides, isn't it? Anyway, I believe Bob's carried some of my organs into his root system. I want you to go underground and destroy my heart.
Look, I really don't want to kill you.
Of all the wastelanders I had to bump into, it has to be one with a conscience. Let's keep it an open invitation then. I don't want to wait until the next person visits. It could be years. Just think about it, okay?
Okay, goodbye for now then, Herbert, or was it Bob?
No. Herbert is the tree. Bob is his real name, but I call him Herbert because I think it's pretty funny. But I'm still in here too. What's left of me? The name's Harold.
So, Harold wants me to enter the caves below and destroy his heart.
And I'm telling you, you've got it all wrong. Why else would he have called for an outsider's assistance?
The outsider is here to deliver us from our enemies, to keep this place safely locked away from the wasteland, not to exploit us.
How can we preach about peace when all you want to do is keep his gift all to ourselves? That's not what he would want.
If we allow the spread of this miracle to continue, we're putting him in jeopardy. I can't allow that. I won't allow it.
Once again, my husband, we are at an impasse. I suggest we speak to the outsider.
Agreed. Why else would the outsider have been allowed into the grove? Perhaps it's a test. Yes, that must be it. I know why you're here, and despite what my wife thinks, I know you'll do what's best for Oasis. After all, he chose you, and he would never want to put us in harm's way.
I'm afraid Harold isn't a god, he's just a human that had some bad luck.
Oh, he's testing you now, just like he tested us. He wants to see if your faith is strong by spinning these incredible stories. Who else but a god could produce all of this? Don't worry, you'll soon see things as I do.
The junior god wants me to kill him.
Yes, I've been pondering that riddle myself for some time now, and I think I know what he's trying to tell us. The Great One's influence is growing, and soon it will break free of the confines of this secluded vale. We can't allow Oasis to call attention to itself like that. It would be the end of him.
What can I do to help?
If the same sap that you drank to purify yourself could be applied to his heart, it should stop the spread. I can promise you no harm would come to him. That's all I ask of you, outsider. Nothing more, nothing less.
Right.
I love Birch, but sometimes I think he doesn't see the big picture. The spreading of his influence is not a curse. It's a great miracle, a benefit meant for the entire wasteland.
Why don't any of you listen to Harold?
Of course we do. He yearns to share his miracles with the whole world, to give the gift of life back to the dead wasteland. It's upsetting him to no end, but Birch can't see the pain it's causing. But now that you're here, I have a feeling the winds are about to change.
Uh-huh. I give up. Just let me know what you want now.
I heard what my husband wanted you to do. What I propose is an alternative. The same person that created the sap also created this liniment. If you can reach his heart, it will assist him in making his influence increase. Instead of centuries, the wasteland will become green in mere decades. Just imagine how glorious that would be.
Right, so now I have three choices. Either I put Birch's sap to Harold's heart and stop his growth, either I use the liniment that she gave to increase his growth, or I destroy the heart and kill him. Now, honestly, normally I'd go for the one that increases his growth, because I think that's the biggest net positive for the wasteland in general. And Harold himself actually comes to terms with the fact that you did that as well. He's like, yeah, maybe I was being selfish. Fine. But for the best perk, I'm going to have to actually do what he says and kill him. Now, this area is a bit dangerous, because there's Mirelurks in there. Not just normal ones either, like these aren't like based on your level, I believe. These guys are actually quite a higher level than what I'm used to so far. So I'm just gonna run my ass off and get to the heart as quickly as possible. Because Mirelurks like that, those are a bit of a problem, not a huge one. The ones I'm worried about are the Mirelurk kings over there. But that's fine. So I can just run like this. Go through here. Past here. Just keep moving. Hi. Oh. Just try to avoid him like that. Keep moving, keep moving. Into the next area. I believe there's a skill book over here somewhere. Yeah. It's... let's see. Where was it exactly? Oh, here we are. DC Journal. More medicine. Okay. And just keep moving. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. I believe it was through here. Yeah, alright, you can see the vines. You can hear the heart. So just past here. And now just destroy it. And now I've been exposed to Harold's mutation, and my skin is now hard as tree bark. As you can see right now, bark skin. A permanent plus 5% to my damage resistance. So if you look here, I now actually have damage resistance of 5. Which is pretty cool. Going from absolutely 0 to 5. It's pretty decent, right? Now next up, just want to avoid all these guys. Going around them like this. Mainly worried about the Mirelurk King. But it seems they've already lost track of me. Alright, back out here. Through here. Time for another dive. and through here. Also, one thing to note, if you are actually a giant piece of shit, what you can also do is use fire instead to burn him down instantly, but he gives off this horrific scream and you get bad karma and everyone goes hostile and the quest fails, so don't do that. Anyway, Tree Father.
The Great One is dead, slain by your hand. Don't worry, I hold no grudge towards you. You'll have to forgive my people at a time like this, outsider. They aren't used to being so lost. And for once, I don't have the words to help them.
I have to say I'm surprised you're angrier with me.
Before you reached his heart, he imparted his last words to me. He told me about his will to die and how I mistook this for some mystical sign. How could I have been so blind? How could I have misled all these people? Perhaps, if I would have spent more time getting to know him, things would have turned out different.
What will become of Oasis?
Even though the Great One has left us, our memories of him will never die. With Bloomseer Poplar's help, I'm confident we can keep Oasis alive and carry on as tree minders. Go now, outsider. Go, but never forget the gifts the Great One bestowed upon us.
There we go, and that levels me up. So this can go to 100. Science can go up to 50. Let's also put some points into Sneak. There we go. And no brainer, really, let's just go for Iron Fist rank 2. Because now I have plus 10 damage instead of plus 5. Now with a Science of 50, I can continue on with the 10 penny tower quest line. Now as we established before, those two are no matter what, unless you do like this really hard speed check, they're not gonna get convinced. So what I'm gonna have to do is just wait until nighttime.
Hey there.
Okay, I'm not sure why she's sitting around here, but that's fine.
Yes, that's locked, and yes, I can
Shut
see
up.
you eyeing it.
Now, the safe here is locked hard, but the terminal is only locked average, so with a Science of 50, I can get in. There we go, so just disengage the lock. Open the safe. 300 bottle caps. I'll be taking that. So that's one store completely robbed. Next up, just gonna go into this store as well. Same deal here. And 200 caps from here. Perfect. Now with them robbed, I just have to wait until the following morning. So, Lydia.
Oh, I can't believe it. With all of Gustavo's goons running around, they still let thieves come into my store and take things. I thought I was safe here. That's it. I'm leaving. I'll try my luck elsewhere.
So, that's one anti-ghoul resident taken care of. And now, if we go and talk to Ling.
Morning.
Ah, that's it. Tenpenny promised me safety and security, and that damn useless Gustavo lets thieves run amok. This is the last straw. I'm leaving.
There we go. That's them taken care of. Now, next up,
Hey.
to find the other residents.
Good
And
to
here we
see
are.
you.
Two more of the people I need to convince. Edgar and Millicent Wellington. Let's start with Edgar.
Edgar Wellington II. Have you met my wife, Millicent? Hold on. Who let you in here?
I jumped over the walls when no one was looking. How do you think I got in here?
There's no need to get snippy with me, boy. We're all a little perturbed on account of those ghouls. Don't suppose you know anything about ghouls, do you?
I don't consider ghouls to be a problem, if that's what you're asking.
Then you obviously don't know anything about ghouls.
How would you feel about having a few ghoul neighbors?
You're joking, right? You serious? Of course not. Ghouls can't live here. They're dirty, loathsome creatures.
I've met these ghouls. They're civilized and pose no threat.
I'm afraid I can't abide by that. I can't imagine Tenpenny would allow it. But I certainly won't.
What if all your other neighbors agree?
Don't care. The only way those ghouls are getting in is over my dead body.
Ooh, you should be careful what you're saying there, bud.
Farewell.
How's your wife feel about this?
Introductions are in order. I am Mrs. Edgar Wellington. You may refer to me as Madam or my Lady Wellington.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Just as I thought. The end of the world happens and everyone forgets their manners. I bet you were raised in one of those vault things. Ah! Or worse, raised by a pack of disgusting ghouls. You know much about ghouls?
I ever spent time with ghouls and some other people I know.
I do hope you're not referring to me. I'm certainly a better conversationalist than some stupid ghoul. And I smell better, too.
How would you feel about having a few ghoul neighbors?
Dear Lord, are you serious? Ghouls? Living here? With us? That's simply out of the question.
I've met these ghouls, civilized, both no threat.
Ha! I think I know a fair share more than some vagrant blown in off the wastes. You are simply mistaken. They may appear nice, but deep down, they want to kill. It's common knowledge among the educated. You clearly don't know what you're talking about.
What if all your other neighbors agree?
Ha! I know everything about my neighbors. Some things they don't even know themselves. I'm certain that they won't agree to this ridiculous idea. And even if they did, I certainly won't.
Fine, fine, fine.
Bye.
Jeez, these people. Here we are, Susan Lancaster.
Evening. Well, well, what have we here? Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Susan Lancaster. Perhaps we can become better acquainted in the near future?
You bet, I like meeting new people.
Me too. Especially rich, fine young men. Listen, you look like you can handle yourself. You survived out there in the wasteland getting here, after all. You ever have to deal with ghouls?
Ghouls aren't so bad once you get to know them.
Fine, never mind. I thought you were a real man. Turns out you're just a scared little boy.
How would you feel about having a few ghoul neighbors?
I've come too far to share my digs with some droopy ghoul.
Met these ghouls, they aren't so bad.
Well, if you don't mind their stink, then you should go squat with them in their dirty tunnels and leave us civilized people alone.
What if all your other neighbors agree?
There's no way they'd agree to letting ghouls live here. We all came here to get away from things like ghouls and disease and all that ugliness.
So obviously these people aren't going to be convinced the conventional way, but that's fine. Because what I can just do, if I just go into her room and to her desk right over here, there's a love letter. And love letter is written to Susan from Edgar Wellington. So let's go and tell Edgar's wife about this, shall we? I'm sure she'd love to see it. I found a love letter. I think you'll want to see it.
Oh my God. This can't be real. But it's in his handwriting. Oh my God. He's dead. I'll kill him. And her. They're both dead. This isn't happening. This isn't real. You broke your sacred promise.
Well, what are you talking about, dear? Is everything all right?
Let me remind you. Till death do us part.
So now she goes on a bit of a murder spree.
I love that stupid man. Now that he's gone, I'm lost.
For sure she didn't even fire yet, but okay. And so she kills both Susan and Edgar, and she herself actually walks off and leaves Tenpenny Tower. Which means that's all the anti-ghoul people taken care of. The bigots have all been taken care of, so the ghouls can move in now, right?
Well, if my tenants want ghoul neighbors, they can have them. Though the ghouls must pay and follow the rules like everyone else. You're a clever one, aren't you? I'm glad this situation has been resolved. It's a bit crass, but here's a little something for your troubles.
Oh, 500 ball caps, not bad. Now with that done, let's go and tell the ghouls the good news. I've taken care of things. You can move in now.
I'll be damned. Really? Good job, kid. I was willing to unleash the ferals and kill all those bigots. Guess I don't have to now. Here's a little something for your troubles. It'll help you deal with our feral brethren if you meet any.
And he adds the ghoul mask. Like I said, really good item, but unfortunately can't use it. And it also completes the quest 10-penny tower.
Get going.
So now these guys move in, and 10-penny tower becomes a peaceful and tolerant society filled with humans and ghouls who live and thrive together. For a total of 1 week. Because then these guys apparently get into a fight and the ghouls slaughter every single human in there. But you know, at least I tried, right? This quest doesn't have a happy ending one way or another. Alright, now with that done, let's finally head on over, because my unarmed is at 100 now. Which means I can finally pick up the bobblehead that I wanted. Also some more rats here, but remember, I do 5 more damage now. So I should be able to make short work of these guys. Oh my god, how are there so many of you? Oh, there's also actually a rat scorpion, so let me take care of him first. Because that thing can be a bit more dangerous. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for my action points to fill up. Luckily I can just do that. Oh, apparently this also works on him. That's good, I didn't know that.
Well, that's the end of that.
Hey guys, don't mind me.
Hey there.
Here we are, and you can see this as like a sign. As like an indication of it being the right spot. Right over this rock, you have a secret entrance to Rockopolis. And Rockopolis apparently was this underground city, but unfortunately it has pretty much all caved in at this point. The way you actually hear about this spot is due to a radio play that's on the local news station. You hear about Herbert Daring Dashwood and his ghoul manservant Argyle. And apparently Argyle was really good with his fists. But unfortunately he didn't survive this encounter. But next to him we have the bobblehead for unarmed, increasing my unarmed permanently by 10 points. You might be thinking that's a waste, because my unarmed is at 100 already, but it isn't entirely. Now let me explain that to you. So the way unarmed damage is calculated in this game is your unarmed skill divided by 20 plus 0.5. So if it were to be 100, that'd be 100 divided by 20, which is 5, plus 0.5, meaning my max unarmed skill at 100 would be 5.5. Which isn't all that great. Now, if we want to maximize our damage output, we also need, of course, 3 ranks of Iron Fist, which add a total of plus 15 damage, making 20.5 the most amount of damage you could possibly do normally. However, Unarmed is one of the few, I think like the only real skill, which leveling past 100 increases the damage of, because the calculation still goes on. So if you, for example, were to have 200 unarmed skill, if you divide that by 20, then you have a base unarmed skill of 10.5. And then if you put Iron Fist on top of that, you have 25.5. So it can actually make a bit of a difference, though it's not a huge amount. It is still like the only way I'll be able to increase my damage throughout the entire run. Now this is only something that I figured out recently, and if I had known that, like I might have actually done things differently, like leaving my endurance at 1, and then getting my unarmed up to 100 as quickly as possible, and only then raising my endurance, because for every point of endurance you also get plus 2 to your unarmed. And also not tagging unarmed, for example, because you can later get the perk tag, which also increases any skill point you want by 15. And it doesn't matter if the skill is already at 100, you can still choose it. So there's like a bunch of different ways to raise your unarmed past 100. That's also why I wanted all those skill books, because now that I'm at 110, because I also picked up the bobblehead, I can now also use skill books as, I believe, one of the only ways right now that I still have left to raise my unarmed. Now, the amount of damage I'll be able to do because of the higher skill isn't all that much, honestly. So the highest amount that I would be able to get to, if I were to get every single skill book with comprehension and the bobblehead that I just did, would be 160. Which would make my base unarmed damage 8.5 instead of 5.5. So it's literally only a 3-point increase, and it's probably not worth it, but I thought it'd still be a fun thing to do. And if you were to like think about that from the very start, there's actually quite some guides like online that you can find to doing that. But even then, it's not like a huge amount or anything. It's just like more of a fun way to increase your damage. And I think the run that I'm currently doing is one of the few runs where it would actually be helpful to increase your unarmed this way. Anyway, with that all done, let's head on back to Megaton. Alright, so seeing as we just did 2 major quests and also got a bunch of special stats up to 10, I think we should call it the part here. Next time, we're gonna do what I think is one of the most well-known and also one of the longest quests in the entire game. And it starts off right here in Megaton. And we're also going to be looking at completing some other quests. Some will give me good karma and some will also give me very bad karma. But that's all for next time. For now, I just want to say thank you all for watching. This has been Fallout 3, No Weapons, No Armor, Permadeath. And I'll see you all next time.